for Thanksgiving. For the next 3 weeks, we're showing you how to cook each part of a complete Thanksgiving dinner. And celebrity chef Richard Blais.
Yes.
We're going to talk turkey. But
yes.
Let's talk marathon. For the fourth year in a row, you ran for someone. This one was for Save the Children at the marathon?
Yeah, ran for Save the Children, so we're helping kids across the globe. Yes, I also, everyone, I had a PW, personal worst. But that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. I finished, right? I finished. Lots of marathoners out here.
We do see that, but you did it. You did it to Save the Children. Okay, what is it about turkey that is so intimidating for so many people?
You know what? I'm going to make it not so intimidating.
Okay.
So in my house, we usually cook 2 birds. All right, one we do the traditional way, we pop it in the oven. But for the other bird, we break it down into parts, and it makes it a lot easier because they cook differently. So what we do is we cook our legs and wings with something called a confit, where we take all of these herbs, some rosemary and pepper and salt, and we bury this in this mixture for a couple of hours. We rinse it off, and then we take our legs and our wings, and we put it in the confit, which is just a pretentious French word for cooking in its own juices.
Okay.
We cook it low in the oven, 200 degrees for like 5 or 6 hours. You could do this the night before, 2 nights before. Then we remove it, and look at this. We take it over here.
Gorgeous.
It's literally falling off of the bone, and we sear it in the pan. So that's confit. Now you know what confit means. But this is delicious. The next part is our brine. So I'm going to walk over here. You're stopping what we're going to eat later.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about brining. So for our leaner cuts of meat, what we do is we brine our bird. So we take another mixture of salt and spices, some cinnamon and onion and garlic, and we basically give that a water bath, a salt bath, which I took a salt bath last night.
Did you?
Yeah. So I brined myself last night, everyone. But we brine this for a few hours. We rinse it off. That's an important part of brining, rinsing off that salt solution, and then we roast it right here in a pan.
Oh, in a pan.
You don't lose everything that you put on it?
You lose some of the excess salt, but we actually brine it at a 5% salinity, which is a real nerdy thing for me to say, so that it's perfectly seasoned. It's really juicy.
That is cool.
Over here, you can see the sort of finished product. It's sliced up right here. I can slice some for
Richard,
you.
can I ask you a question? Are you suggesting that you like this way better than doing cooking the whole turkey?
I like doing both because, you know, you do want the whole bird to present, but this is also a great way if you have a smaller oven or if you just don't have the time, right? You break that bird down, you only have a few hours.
What if you're just not a great cook? Is this more
if you're not a great cook, this is more foolproof.
I brined last year. It was amazing. It was so good.
So you're a fan now.
I'm a huge fan. I'm a believer. I am.
Now I just have to sell you on confit. That's the last part right there. And that's just not really good.
Can I come see?
Yeah. It's cooking in its own juices.
And the sides here.
Yeah, so, well, you know, Brussels sprouts, which like every kid didn't like, but now it's all the rage,
Now we all love them.
Remember when we didn't like Brussels sprouts, and now like everyone loves Brussels sprouts? They're on every menu. So
it really does save time when you do it like this. I mean, it's still time consuming, but
well, also it saves time because over here you can see we have gravy. So when you break one bird down, you can start the cooking 3-4 days ahead. You make your own stock. You have gravy made. You know, the key to Thanksgiving is doing all the work ahead so you can enjoy the meal with your family and
spend time with family. Spend time with family.
Exactly.
Okay.
Good job, man.
Well, thank you.
Hey, are we doing this every day? Is this like a daily thing we're doing?
Yeah. Are you here? You're in for the next.
I'm going to make sure I am here.
Do I always have to follow you holding a puppy, though?
What's the #1 question that you get when people are asking you about turkey?
Well, my Thanksgiving is filled with lots of people tweeting me like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" So it's really about time and temperature. Was it? Well, yes. Well, I got back to you. I hope.
Yeah, thank you.
It's really about time and temperature. So the key is a low oven, and then having that cook's instinct. Most people, I think, they leave the bird in the oven just a little too long. That thing hasn't popped out. That little plastic piece.
Right.
If you have the instinct that the bird is done, pull it out. Let it rest. It's still cooking out of the oven.
The instinct that the bird is done?
Yeah,
Wow.
you know,
What's that?
It's like a sixth sense.
Yeah, it's a sixth sense. Yeah.
But you made a good point because people don't realize it's still cooking when you take it out.
That's right. So it still has to cool down. It still has to rest. And the worst case scenario is, I mean, you pop a little piece of it back into the oven, but you'd rather it be a little less done than a little, or very overdone.
Okay. Well, congratulations again for running the race.
Yes, thank you.
Blais here.
He's the best.
Okay, and you can get all these recipes at GoodMorningAmerica.com on Yahoo.